Come on. All right.
Yay!
We are ready. Yay. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We are playing episode 3 in the Pirates of Drinax scenario campaign, aptly titled Dead Men Tell No Tales. This is going to be a really fun but really short game here. We're going to introduce a new character that will be playing as a player in the group probably our next session. So we are minus one of our players who will be joining us as soon as they get home. But let's get back into the game. I am your GM, Matt. And if we can go on from the top down, I think Sir Lockerty, if you don't mind, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm James. I'll be playing Sir Alacrity Fitzgerald. The Sir is brand spanking new from the last adventure, or last episode.
Yeah. He's the only one that added Sir. Like, all of you are all Sirs, except for you, Ev. Nobody likes you. But
we don't have to flaunt our social status.
Exactly.
If Ev wishes to, she may put Squire before her name.
Nice. All right.
I'm Rick. I'm playing Tony Netta, scientist, engineer.
All right.
I'm Betty, and I'm playing, I need to update my name, but I'm playing Captain Lady Hashna Asim because I have no social skills at all. So Captain Lady Hashna Asim sounds really good.
Sounds really cool. Is it Captain Lady or Lady Captain?
Actually, it would be Captain Dame.
Captain Dame, yeah.
Yeah. Lady is up there with Lord, not Knight.
Yeah.
Captain Dame Hashna Asim. Damn, that's a long name.
That's a long name. I'm not used to all this stuff.
CD Ha.
And I'm Elisa, and I am playing Ev, the question mark indentured servant pilot question mark to the crew.
I like it.
You're a contractor.
Yeah, she's a contractor. Yeah, she can't get that out of her mind. I love how she's playing that out in her head, and that because she was tortured for 3 months in gravity prison. So yeah, for her to be free is probably going to have to be something that she's going to have to deal with and get used to. Not
her
just
world flipped. Instead of going down, it's all up from here.
Exactly.
Exactly.
She went from the upside down to the right side up. So yeah.
Yeah. I got things to deal with, and sadly, you guys have to kind of deal with that too.
Dealing with her.
I know. Captain does.
What? I'm sorry. I had my earphones in. What?
What was that? Oh, truly an attentive captain. All right.
Yeah.
So you see the map on the right here. This is a little blow up of the area that we will be playing in today. Of course, we are at Drinax, which is the bottom left corner of the map there. And the two areas that Princess Rao in our last episode outlined for us to check into are the worlds of Clark and Torpal. They are both being raided by pirates, and they used to be former members of the Sindalian Empire that King Olaf would like to once again have under his banner, and a long way towards getting them under his control would be if you help to alleviate this pirate situation. They're being attacked by a brash, bold new pirate nobody's seen before, and they want you basically to hunt them down, find out everything you can about them, and get rid of them. So again,
map question.
Question.
So if I'm looking at Torpal and I see the white dot in the right hand corner, does that represent a base, or does that represent a gas giant?
Let me look. Not seeing a base, so I assume it is a gas giant.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem. Let me look at the other one too while we're seeing that because where is that? Clark.
It is just southeast of
Yeah.
Purple.
Yeah.
Southeast.
Galactic
Don't you know your
Southeast.
spin word, core word, trailing,
Spin word.
and
It's- No, what kind of captain we got here? Oh my god.
Is that the start button right there? Is that what that does?
That's what it says. Captain says she'll be in her bunk. But
she talks into the mouse thinking it's a PA.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, the engineer somehow, for some reason, cannot get rid of the only song that the ship plays is the Calypso jazzy version of "Girl from Ipanema." So imagine that trilling in your head the entire time that you're on the ship. She cannot. So it's like, the weak and jump space is like a constant loop of "Girl from Ipanema."
Love it.
No, I'm not.
Ev says, "Put me back in the gravity tension."
Well, no, it's not that bad. I'll start aggressively singing ancient sea shanties from ancient civilizations long past, handed down. But I learned during my maritime time, so
There you go.
What does that sound like? I don't know. We're going on a trip in our favorite piece of shit. Come on, every oh.
Sing it out loud. All right, so
stop signs. We're gonna die. What is a stop? I don't care. It's not Ipanema. It's not Ipanema.
After doing a miraculous feat of engineering, I'm able to turn off the music.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I rolled a 14.
a 14. Okay, I was getting ready to say, a good hammer in every speaker system will take care of it. But
Yeah, of which you have 10 to fix.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
Because I too had a solution.
We're gonna manual override the volume button with a hammer.
with a
Yes.
hammer.
I'm pretty sure even I could do that.
Yeah. Good news is the song is no longer working. The bad news is the PA system is destroyed. But
Now we just have to yell at each other.
okay. So yeah, we have two different planets to look at. Clark, which Princess Rao highlighted to you last game, is an interesting planet. It was a recently pre-industrial world, which is most recently turned into a very industrial sort of almost hell world that makes a bunch of different chemical compounds and stuff like that to be traded. But it also has that funny little religion among the group that is basically a death cult. So it is an odd sort of planet to kind of check out stuff like that. Princess Ross says she's never been there, but she's heard a lot of strange things about it. She's like, give me back the Cliff Notes version of what you find there. I'm kind of interested. But then we also have Torpol, which is a lot of like Waterworld kind of stuff. The only real solid land are on the icy poles. They do have a huge fishing industry. Obviously, that's most of their trade is fish and plankton and seaweed, proteins, and that sort of stuff. So, which of the two planets you want to go to? They're both jump to. This ship is fully capable of reaching both planets in one jump.
Where have the most recent pirate activities been taking place?
Those two planets.
Those two planets.
Well, I mean, one planet more than the other.
What planet more than the other? Honestly, I think Torpol was the one that was most recently hit.
I'd say Torpol, but it's up to y'all.
So our choices are Hellworld or Ice Planet.
Waterworld with floating ice.
With ice. Yeah.
Yeah. So since Ev is cold, we will go to Hellworld.
Go to Hellworld? All right, Captain.
All right.
That'll warm us up. We'll be good to go.
Nice. All right, so you guys get the ship stocked, have everything that you need to, for the trip. It's gonna be a 1 week jump out to Clark as you go out to there. We start to disembark from the floating sea. We have Ev, our pilot, making her first piloting rolls as she settles into the pilot chair of the ship. And it's always a grand ceremonious sort of event when the pilot first takes out a space dock. You see Sir Alacrity in his position.
Oh boy!
Ev, make your piloting roll. You do get a bonus from the ship because the ship has a very smart computer. Add two to your roll for piloting. But also, it's basically your dex bonus and your piloting skill. Which, by the way, we redid her character from last session since she technically didn't do anything. Her character was pretty tragic, so we had to do a redo.
Okay. So I have a skill of 2 in piloting. I have a dex bonus of, it looks like 1.
There you go.
So that's dice. The bonus is dice, not numbers, but dice. No?
Yeah, you roll 2d6 and add the bonuses. So you'll roll 2d6, add the 2 from your piloting, the 1 from your dex, and the 2 from the ship. So add 5 to that roll.
Okay, not too shabby. My initial roll out of the gate is a 10 base.
10.
Add bonuses. So we're looking at +2 for the ship. That's a 12. Dex bonus of 1, you said? 13. Okay.
So 15 altogether?
15 altogether with the +2 for piloting, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, it is coming out really nice because the ship is super sweet. It's got the holographic controls. It's giving you like the gate, the perimeter sort of gate to basically back out of and all that stuff. And you got like the rear view camera on, the backup camera, kind of deal.
It's ostentatious, but at least it flies.
It's the Rolls Royce of privateer vessels.
It is. It is really nice. Got the backup camera, everything. Driver assist. So yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, you're floating out like a majestic sort of falcon coming out of off the dock, the royal dock, nonetheless. Getting ready to disembark. So you get out to the 100 demarcation point in the system, which 100 diameters of the planet, so you won't get caught up in a gravity well when you jump. But you do look over the ship, and it does have the ship itself does have the abilities as it gives you like the rundowns of the ship you've been practicing. You can technically do what's called an early jump with this ship. The ship is able to survive the stresses of being within 10% of it, so you can actually jump within 90 diameters of the ship of a planet and be fine, not risk a misjump or anything like that. It just has like some extra shielding against gravitic forces. But it's your first time out here in this ship. You want to be safe. You do the 100 D point. The lights dim all over the ship as the power transfers from the maneuver drive to the jump drive. And our engineer Tony is going to make his engineering J drive roll for us to jump.
Do we need to do astrogation first?
Astrogation, if we needed to plot the course, no. But I'm gonna go. You got that in the computer. We're set. We're good.
All right. So
you don't have NPC crewmen?
We do have some NPC crewmen, which we will introduce throughout the game.
14.
14.
14. Jesus Christ.
Really good rolls. So everybody's professional. Everybody knows what they're doing. Really good rolls. Awesome rolls.
See how we do in the face of fire. That's all.
Exactly. I want you guys to blow all these really good rolls until we need it. The lights dim and the ship, bloop, vanishes from real space and enters the jump. it's often been said it's kind of like the warp in Warhammer 40K. You don't want to look out the windows or anything like that while you're in jump. It'll drive you insane. the view outside. So all the shutters are all the windows and stuff or the portholes and stuff are basically shut down. And you got like a week in jump to kind of do what you want to do. You can you train and do simulations. You can read up on stuff. You can study stuff. I know Tony asked me about looking into some things. You can use the ship's library. It has basically the full library of the planet in the ship stores in the computer.
Yeah, so I have some questions for you on that when you're ready.
Yeah. But yeah, let's introduce you a little bit to the crew, some of the newer crew members on here. You've got who we're seeing here, as well as Teledrift, Pedro's character, who will be jumping with us in a minute. But you have a couple other people here. I think we have all of our stations pretty much under control. We got a pilot, we got an astrogator, we got a gunner. We really don't have anybody for sensors, do we?
Nope.
No. So we're going to have.
I have a skill in sensors also.
Okay. So when we're not jumping and stuff like that, yeah. Let's have a backup sensor person because you're going to be the engineer. You'll be busy. During a lot of the flight, making sure that the ship is running. Pete the Stench is one of the newer people that's been assigned onto this ship.
Pete what?
Pete the Stench, 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 as in smell. Pete the Stench is.
All right, so we got Stinky up here.
Yeah, exactly. Is the sensory technician. You basically let him stay in his back suit as much as possible.
Yep. He looks really good in it.
He looks really good in it.
Yeah.
It's an old Drinaxian name for brave warrior.
Exactly. Pete the Stench. There's like this.
And here I was worried about me, but no, I don't know what Pete's been through, but it's been through a lot, or it's been through him. I can't tell which. It's fine.
He constantly has like that green cloud around him, like the Sims cloud. The man just needs to take a shower. He'd be all right. He's like really tall, really skinny. You think he's probably Vlowny, based on his stature. But he's a good sensors man. He knows his stuff. He knows how to operate sensors. He's familiar with these type of sensors before. So he is your good sensors person on that. You basically have a 3-man boarding crew, 3-person boarding crew on the ship, made up of Little Cleo, Cat Killer Targ, and Fat Florian. Little Cleo is what the name would suggest, a very small young lady who is extremely tough. She's probably about 5 foot nothing, but stout.
I'm even taller than she is. Okay.
Yeah, she's like 5 foot nothing. But very, very stout. She's constantly like working out and stuff on the ship. There's like she utilizes the gym in there like all the time. So yeah, I know Ev was looking at keeping her abilities up that she's gained from being in Gravity Dungeon. You see her quite a bit in the gym there, Ev. She is constantly working out. She's tough talking, crass, has no time for anybody's BS. Yeah, she's rough, but everybody calls her Little Cleo. Has dark, kind of nappy kind of hair.
I will attempt to strike up a conversation and let every insinuated sarcastic thing just go completely over my head.
Yeah. She's teaching. She's over there like bench pressing like 250. She's on like her 4th set.
Wow, you're pretty driven. Zach?
She's like, hey, you want to spot me?
Sure.
You're like,
Sure. Whatever small stack I happen to have, I take an enormous and go ahead and get in position to spot it.
So she's over there with just doing her bench press kind of deal, going through her things, and she's like, "Yeah, I like to work out. At least get 2 hours a day to keep myself in shape and stuff like that. And then she gets done with the bench presses and stuff like that. She's teaching you like every other word that she says is F this and screw that. She's teaching you all kinds of fun words.
I spent some time on an actual naval ship, so I don't think the combination may be zesty and new to me, but I don't think these words like, oh my. This is familiar. This feels like comfortable shoes.
There you go.
A favorite nubbly t-shirt. Yeah, this is great.
There you go. So you guys are bonding over while you're working out and stuff like that. And
and F-bombs. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Bonding over F-bombs. There you go. We'll put that on a t-shirt. That'd be awesome. Bonding over F-bombs. But yeah, so you guys are talking to each other.
Wait. There's already a name for that. Isn't that fuck buddies?
That's different. That's different. We haven't been out of court long
sorry,
enough for that.
couldn't resist it.
Make a note.
The rating on our show just went up now.
I was gonna say make a note to edit that. Okay. So yeah.
You know what they say: if the cabin is rocking.
Oh.
Don't come in or we'll stab you. We will probably stab you. It won't be pretty. You will not like it. Nothing will be good.
Here you go.
We'll make you regret.
Well, there's a reason there's a shag carpeting in the cabin still. It's still got like a 2-inch shag and the mirrors on the ceiling. But anyway.
We just haven't found the drop down disco ball yet.
Not
just
yet.
haven't found it.
You're looking for that control.
James is trying real hard.
I may have to walk away from this game for a little bit.
James says he'll be in his bunk. So yeah, Cat Killer Targ is a huge, beefy dude. I mean, just big everywhere. He's about 6'3", probably tipping the scales at 320. Just dense. Dense in muscle and dense in the head. He's basically he's definitely another member of the boarding party, and when you need the brute squad, he is the brute squad. He's just big. Doesn't talk a lot. Think of like let's basically make a Michael Clark Duncan. The late Michael Clark Duncan is playing Cat Killer Targ. not the most
Mongo.
Exactly. Yeah, not the brightest guy, you don't know because he just doesn't talk a lot. He's basically just doing his thing. You try to get up in conversations and stuff with him, he's just doing it. He's here to do a job. He can't wait to he wakes up every morning and comes and asks the captains, anybody need any killing?
I'll look around. No, we're good so far.
I look at the captain is that a problem in prior cruise?
That's
is that
his
an issue?
job. That's
The second day he comes around, I hand him a list.
Wait, as captain, I need to review that list first.
It's nobody on the ship.
Okay, well, then we're good. Whatever, we're good.
He's like, if you could take care of this on the side, that'd be great. And then, and then Fat Florian is a big, dumpy kind of a guy. He's just about as tall as Cat Killer Targ, but definitely not as muscle bound. But he's big. He kind of spills out all over his vacuum suit. You're not sure how it seals. You'll be honest with you, but he's a big jolly kind of guy that just loves to crack jokes and stuff like that. He is he just keeps everything kind of rolling and stuff like that. Loves to he's the funny man of the crew.
Really, you made me an NPC.
Basically, yeah. There you go.
I will wonder out loud. So how Aslan do you have to kill before you get a name like Cat Killer, I wonder?
Not enough. That's the short answer. Not enough.
That's big, that statement. It's, one handful, two handful, more handful.
More animal, like yeah, 20.
I can't count that high.
1, 2, few, many,
Many.
lots. You must kill lots.
All right, so yeah, those are basically like your boarding crew and your new sensor op guy. So that those guys all work, and they just kind of take up their positions in the ship. And you know during the week's jump, like those three that are in the boarding party are constantly doing drills in hallways and stuff like that. So they're like, you know, like every day they'll be like, we'll be drilling in this hallway. Please don't be in here. You know, we're going to do live fire exercises. So yeah, don't be in this hallway from blah blah blah.
I'm going to join them for some of their drills, especially the hand to hand and like the any type of blade shooting, that sort of thing.
Okay, so yeah, they basically they're setting up like some fake walls, like some stand-up walls of like the hull of like a hull, and they're practicing, cutting through the hull real quick and breaching a ship. So yeah, they can go through that with you, and yeah, you can learn some stuff with them. That's fine. Yeah. So you're learning breaching techniques and stuff like that. Yeah, fine. I know. I'm still trying to find the camera myself. So that's cool. Yeah, you're learning breaching techniques and stuff like that. That's excellent.
I'll practice hand to hand a couple of times.
Okay.
Especially with Cat Killer. I feel like I could learn a lot from Cat Killer. Like,
Okay.
he just seems like he could teach me a lot. So.
Cat Killer's like, it's really simple. You just grab him by the neck and squeeze.
And for any people not familiar with travel, we're talking about a race of 6 foot tall, intelligent cat creatures, and not the cute fluffy types you see on most internet.
Yeah. They start at 6 foot tall. That's the low end.
And just as a point, it's not your Animorph either. It's they're descendant from a hunter predator stock.
Yeah.
And they look vaguely cat-like. And because the human race is so original, even though we're 5,000 years in the future, we still call them kitties.
Kitties, exactly. Whereas Vargers are actually uplifted canine.
Canine, yeah.
Yeah. So the label fits for the Vargers, not so much for the Aslan. Yeah, they vaguely look cat-like. I call them Thundercats. They just look like giant Thundercats to me.
Well, their legs been wrong, but yeah.
Yeah.
I read a recent Science Journal article en route where if you take a laser pointer and do the red light in front of the Aslan, they all run chasing after it, and you can attack them.
Next time we come across an Aslan, I want you to try that.
Every Marine recruit is taught that, and the ones that survive make corporal.
Yep. Cat Killer's like, I want to be there when that happens.
Nice.
I want to be there when that happens. He's like, let me make sure I got my camera ready. Okay, ready, go.
You can operate a camera, okay.
Exactly.
I mean, we use red dot scopes. What colors red dot do they use?
Exactly. So that's basically when you talk to a cat killer about how do melee, he's like, you just grab them and squeeze. That's his technique. Of course, his hands are like twice the size of yours, and you're like, yeah, that'll do the job. So yeah, that gets done. There's other thing. You can. Ev is basically, I imagine, still working out the ships and stuff like that. Ev, is there anything you're wanting to do?
Other than just sort of work through my garbage of hoarding snacks and enjoying a normal-sized bed and wondering when it's all going to come crashing down for a good couple of weeks there, yo. Not much. Are we going to... Rick, are we going with I actually look like your dead fiance as a real
No, I was joking about that.
Oh, man!
Well, we can if you want to.
You look more healthy than his dead fiance.
Oh, I laughed, but that hurt my heart.
Nice.
Yes.
I will
Step away and get my charger real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Make the rounds and like try to figure out like who people are, how they got into the situation. I know everyone's names. Everyone did introduce themselves.
Yeah.
But like Sir Alacrity told me he got in trouble for jaywalking, which I believe is a lie. No one really goes to jail for jaywalking. I mean,
It was actually the high-speed pursuit and death of 23 law officers after he jaywalked, which actually led him to jail.
oh,
It started with jaywalking,
okay.
and then it was massive.
I appreciate your body count, but I feel that is in excess.
All right,
But
so
the-
Ed will be like, so what did you really do?
I jaywalked.
This is his story, and he's sticking with it.
You jaywalked.
Yes.
You jaywalked? Really?
Yes.
And it came with a prison sentence.
Correct.
5 years. 5 years.
I've never heard of that.
Did
That
a
seems
nickel
hard.
for jaywalking.
That seems hard.
Does seem harsh.
Matt,
Yeah.
I'm going to practice a little bit of the melee also, but I
I
wanted
didn't
to.
get 5 years for jaywalking, but that's what I did.
Get 5 years for.
I also wanted
That's what he got caught doing.
to do the investigative studies on the planet's culture and history. Do you want me to roll for anything, or?
Yeah. Roll computers. Electronics computers.
I got framed for robbery.
Ah,
Got a 10.
Okay. And what are you asking about? The planet we're going to, or what is it you're asking?
The planet we're coming from. I'm researching their history so that I can understand their culture better, so that when we have negotiations with them, I'll be able to better understand how they think.
Okay. So yeah, really, really briefly before we get to the planet, you're spending a lot of time reading on basically the two families of Drinax. There's two royal families that's basically merged into one here in the past couple hundred years. Again, there was the floating city Drinaxians, the upper crust, the ones who basically were the administrators of the planet, stuff like that, got things done. And then there were the surface nobility who basically monitored and took care of a lot of the things that had to happen on the planet, like taking care of the common folk and stuff like that, making sure that that everybody was happy on the planet's surface and was productive and that sort of thing. So yeah, the floating city Drinaxians did the business end, and the surface dweller Drinaxians did the government end, I guess is what I want to say. Yeah, we have an administrative and a government level of nobility working on the planet. And then when the Aslan came about 200 years ago and raped the planet, a lot, they had the mass exodus to the floating city. The two noble families merged into the one family. Basically, King Olaf was of the line that had been on the floating city of Drinax, of that line of noble family, and he married into the surface world nobility. Did I give you a name of the
Queen?
queen?
No.
I don't remember.
I don't. Yeah, I asked about the queen, but I don't remember getting a name.
Yeah, give me a moment while I come up with an
And
appropriate
she's
name.
the one
because-
that's vanished, correct?
Yeah, she's vanished. Give me just a moment. Damn it. Shayra. Let's go. Yeah, Shayra sounds good. Shayra. Queen Shayra.
Okay.
And you're basically learning through the whole lineages and stuff like that, and you're finding like the gaps, like like you don't know what happened, but you're finding the gaps in the history. You're like, this is missing, and you're combing through endless libraries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're reading a little bit, and then you got to go fix something on the ship, and then you're reading a little bit, and somebody calls that the PA's busted again.
Yeah. Well, that's the other part thing I was going to be doing was continually going over the capabilities of this ship. Have I found anything else of interest about the ship?
Nothing really. We went over that pretty much in exhaustive detail last game. Okay. So nothing new since then.
All right.
Yeah. So we you guys are doing your training, and I was making her small talk amongst the crew and getting herself to know the crew and stuff like that, and learning how this ship works and stuff. Like everybody's learning how the ship works. So you guys are are really loving the ship. I mean, the ship is beautiful. It needs it still needs some work in areas and stuff like that, but it's still very opulent for its age.
It suits me.
It suits you. It suits you well. There you go. All right. So, but yeah, at the end of the week, you get the warning signal that you're about to come out of jump, and hit the sector of Clark. So yeah, everybody straps into the accelerator, their accelerator couches and stuff like that, puts their seatbelts on and gets in position and stuff. Get to their stations.
I'll be in the turret.
You'll be in the turret.
Well, up in the particle cannon.
There you go. The particle cannon. There you go. All right. So you're strapping in up there, and everybody else is getting their sections on the bridge. The boarding crew is assembling in the main galley. It's like the most central area, I think. So they're getting ready there. There's some acceleration couches there. So yeah, everybody's basically getting ready to come out of jump, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're there. You're in real space. You're seeing the star field. The viewport stuff opening up. You're seeing the welcoming stars, and then your sensors are coming up, and you're not too far away from Clark. You're jumped right where you wanted to be. You have to just engage the maneuver drive and fly on into the planet. And of course, you want to hail the planet and all that good stuff, and let them know you're coming and all that good stuff. So, Captain, you want to take care of that?
Well, yeah, I'll look over to. How do you say your name again, James?
Alacrity.
Alacrity. Okay, I'll look over to Alacrity because that's right. You're not doing communications. You're in the gun turret.
I'm in the turret, ready for whatever might happen.
All right. Yeah.
So your best bet would be Pete the Stench.
Yeah.
Because sensors is in the comms.
Come on, Petey.
So Pete opens
planet, Pete.
Petey hits a couple buttons, and he opens up the comms. He's like, "Comms is ready, Captain."
All right, so we'll go ahead and hail the planet. This is Captain Hashna Seam with the Dragnar requesting permission to land.
And you get like a real quiet, almost but can barely hear sort of voice over the intercom. Pete pipes up, and he's like, "This is Starbase Control. You were granted clearance on landing pad 38C. Welcome to Clark." It's just very calm, very very quiet. Kind of like almost like if you're trying to talk to somebody at a funeral, you don't get much above this. Yeah, So
Would have been better if it was in a Gregorian chant, but okay.
Odd, but okay.
So I'll just thank you and cut the comms. I'll do the Galaxy Quest, No one's agreeing with you.
Pete's looking at you like, kill him? We want to kill him? I think you need to talk to
Pete DeStench, played by Sigourney Weaver.
I don't know. I'm gonna dig at Betty again, but I'm thinking Pete Stench is again. He's kind of tall, thin, kind of dark hair, kind of got the Reed Richard temples, but he's in the backseat a lot.
Plays banjo.
What a nerd.
All right, take us down.
Ev, engage the landing cycle as we land down on Clark.
Well, I do so, and basically, so far, so good.
Yeah, make us another piloting roll at +5.
All right. Okay, that was a 7, so +5, 12.
Excellent. So you're landing down, and you're just as graceful as can be. That bird of prey looking sort of ship, it just comes drifting down out of the clouds, and it's a grayish, musty kind of like a clouds as you're coming out of the clouds. It is a grayish, dusty sort of looking planet. You're not really seeing a lot of vegetation around. You're looking, and it's like it's really, really depressing. You're looking about, I think I've got a map of this. Give me just a second. See if I can share that with you. Do I have that? Apparently I do not. But I can fix it. Oh, you know what? But I'll get this done real quick. So you get towards like the landing area sort of deal of the planet. And you get here. Everything looks kind of like that. It's very gray, very cold looking. There's all these different Pentagon looking structures and stuff like that, and then there's all these little dots. See all these little dots all around it, the little hash marks and stuff like that.
Disappeared.
No, the picture went away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't see anything. Oh my gosh! No.
It's blackness. It's blackness. It's darkness. It's nothing but darkness. So yeah, there's all these little dashes and stuff, and as you're coming in, and that number 2 is actually like a large temple, like a large pyramid sort of temple, but all these dashes all around it, and you're looking at it, and it's just one big, massive cemetery that basically surrounds this planet. The city. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, the Pentagon-looking structures are different landing pads, and you're actually directed toward the number 1 landing pad on the left. That's the one that you're directed to land, and you start to get the layout of the place and stuff like that. Number 3 is the terminal from the landing pads. 4 is what looks like some giant warehouse sort of structures, and then number 2 is a large pyramid sort of structure, large, and it looks like it's made up of like thousands and thousands of blocks, just like the pyramids, that we're used to. So it's not like a flat pyramid.
I'm used to the one in Memphis.
There you go.
Is there Bass Pro Shops on the side?
Is there? It's got one on this floor. Might find one in the terminal. Who knows? So yeah, going from our last campaign, I don't think there's an Applebee's here. I really don't.
Oh, this sector of space is definitely TGI Fridays.
It's totally TGI Fridays. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be better fishing on that other planet, by the way.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, like all around this city is just thousands and thousands of tombstones, gravestones that are just dotting all over around the city.
Hey, Captain, I think you might want to restrict shore leave for the time being.
Well, I mean, we got to be careful, guys. This is the full of
Death cult.
Yeah, the death cult. So, I mean,
Yeah.
approach with caution. How do we want to roll out? Do we want to leave? Because I mean, we've got our boarding crew that we can divide up and either man the ship or
The boarding crew elect to stay on the ship and watch the ship.
Okay, cool.
So here's my big question: why are we here?
To find out about the pirates, the pirate attack.
Yeah, I get that. So now that we have that simple goal, how do we go about it? That's our next question.
Yeah,
Because apparently we don't have cargo to load or unload.
No.
So we are specifically here to talk to apparently government officials.
There you go. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So
I like that idea. The next time we do one of these trips, we should find some cargo to take.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I tried that. It didn't manifest.
so
Did that manifest? See what I did there?
do we have a designated
Legitimate cargo.
I'm sorry, Ev.
So do we have a designated talker? You know, someone who actually makes words good? You know, in a diplomatic fashion? Who
Oh yeah, that's always the captain.
is it? Is it though?
Yeah, because on the surface of Drinax, we have a lot of diplomacy.
Right?
Justice was served.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. He's our James is our communications guy. So I'm nominating our communications guy.
Actually, I think Teledrift was sort of that sort of person, so I'll have to NPC him. So yeah, he is mostly our facilitator towards that sort of thing. So I will NPC for him to do that sort of a deal. Yeah.
I technically have I have persuade. Yeah.
If needed, I do have diplomated too.
That's really good. That's awesome.
Yeah, because that's not me. I have persuade. My version of persuade is not smiled upon by most society.
I'm not that guy.
So here's the thing: when we're talking to the government officials, I mean, the whole thing about this planet and Torpal is they are not currently part of Sindal.
Yeah.
And that is the whole purpose of us getting in here and capturing the pirates, is to kind of persuade them forcefully, aggressively to become part of Sindal again.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. So
the carrot is to get rid of the pirates. The stick is that we're left to blow them up if they don't agree with new leadership.
Yeah. We've come to tell you are under new management.
There you go. Yeah. Under new management. So yeah, basically you go through the number 3 section of the place, the terminal, which is basically like, the starport sort of security kind
really
of
playing up that death cult, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. The terminal. Exactly. So yeah, you go through that sort of terminal area, and are who are you asking for somebody, or looking to talk? How are we approaching this?
Before we go through the terminal, can we just use the radio to say why we're here?
You can.
It'd be a good idea to do that. Let's set up a meeting.
As opposed to walking in and just sort of poking people to say, take me to your leader.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
sometimes that works, but usually only as a last resort.
Captain, would you like one of us to call over and make contact, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Who's doing that?
Well, I was going to say, are you NPCing Teledrift or?
Yeah, I can NPC Teledrift. Yeah, Teledrift basically gets on the comms. Like, he's learning from Pete the Stench how to work the comms and stuff like that. So he's radioing out and stuff like that, and he comes back in a little bit and he says, "Yeah, we have an appointment with a keeper Malos, Malos." He says, we have an appointment with him, and as soon as possible, he's at our disposal. He will meet us in the necropolis.
Oh, that doesn't sound sketchy at all.
Well, that's where all the administration is done, is in the necrotemple, the necropolis.
Quick search.
Vatican, necropolis. What's the difference?
It's a bunch of dead people there.
I'm doing a quick search on the information we have about this death cult to find out what level the title keeper is. I rolled a 9.
Rolled a 9. He's a low-level perfunctory. He's basically just one step above an intern. He's low level. He's basically just a step and fetcher kind of a person.
Administrative class, private first class.
I would recommend you asking Pedro to call back and say we need to speak to someone with more authority.
Why? What do you know?
No, I'm sorry. The keeper that is a low level. It's like the clerk at the. When you went and got your first license to get your grab vehicle license, and you had to go see the clerk at the vehicle office, that's the person we're talking to right now.
Yeah, I went and saw a clerk to get my grab license. I did that.
Totally did. You just stole the grab vehicle, right?
And I learned piloting school.
I'm sorry I forgot about your cultural history.
Excuse me, they jaywalked.
I would recommend asking for, we need to speak to someone of a higher authority that can actually provide us the information that we need.
All right, Teledrift, you want to give it a push?
And he'll go through that. Let him make his let's make it a straight diplomat roll. I like it. I like how this is going already. All right. So he will go on the comms and talk a little bit, and he throws his hands up a little bit and a little exasperation. You're like, oh, that's not going well. Is he starting to talk on the comms, and he's getting a little more animated and stuff like that. And let me make my roll for him here. And he comes back about 10 minutes later. He goes, okay, we've been directed to an appointment with Director Malos.
Director Malos.
Yes.
All right, I take this as a family-run business.
He's like, he sent me a picture. He sent me the picture of both of them. It's the same guy. They just gave him a different name to get a different job title. It's completely the same guy.
All leaders for Taco Bell.
Yeah. I do a quick search. How many people live on this planet?
I will allow you to go through the classic traveler map to figure that out because I didn't research it and I ain't got time for it right now.
Yeah, but I mean, are we looking at a few thousand or a few million?
Go to the traveler map, figure out the barcode, the number line, and you go for it, man.
Go for it. You figure it out. But no,
don't even have to make a roll to be successful.
You can tell by the. You can tell by all. There are literally millions of headstones and tombstones and stuff around the city. So
well, that's how many people used to be here.
Exactly. So you assume that there's at least 6-7 million people.
And for all I know, those are ship crews that never left the planet.
Could be.
Anyway, Captain, I guess this Pedro that can't get he got the person should go in.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll make do with what we got.
So you basically leave out of the terminal. You exit the terminal, thank God, and and go on like a little monorail, closed-in kind of a system, like a tube, kind of like Logan's Run, and you go through a little monorail sort of car that leads up to the necropolis, and then you see this huge pyramidal structure. Everybody, I assume, is going. So you're going in, and of course, you're looking at all the little dots of the different headstones and temples and stuff like that. And then you're looking at them, and you're like, "That's not really headstones. Those look like headstones, but they look like long, like 2 meter by 1 meter sort of rectangles." And you're looking at them, they're like, basically, to steal from Empire Strikes Back, they're basically like the carbon freeze blocks with people.
Oh,
in them.
wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
there's like the base relief sort of features of the person at the top of it. Yeah, of each of the little dots that you're seeing around there. And as you approach the necropolis, you see like each of the blocks, the thousands and thousands of blocks that make up this necropolis are those same sort of carbon blocks. They're living in a literal tomb. The necropolis is thousands and thousands of these carbon blocks of, people. Yeah, it's grim.
Yeah, Hashna's thinking to herself, "This is why I never got off the planet before."
People are.
They're not all like this. Some of them have nice beaches and snowy mountains.
So you come across you get to the actual necropolis, and you're going in here, and it's just like a funeral parlor, but if everything was made out of like dull gray slate or obsidian. Everything is gray or black and shiny and cold and hard.
A government-run funeral parlor.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we have
There's a hairy tentacle next to you, Captain. Please kill the Aslan.
So basically, we had a death cult founded by mid-level bureaucrats.
Exactly. So yeah, you're directed to Director Malos. You're brought to his office by a couple of interns and stuff like that, and you enter this low ceiling sort of open area sort of desk, and there's it's just one big block of what looks like dark granite or something like that. And you're looking for a second, is that a tomb? But no, it's an actual piece of rock that's carved into a desk sort of shape. And he's sitting behind the desk with a couple of flimsies and some pads and stuff like that. And he comes around the desk, and he comes there with his hands together like this and greets you all very calmly and very quietly. Doesn't speak much above this sort of a deal. He says, "Greetings, I am Director." He almost says Keeper, but he said he corrects himself. He goes, "I'm Director Malos. How can I help you?"
Well, Keeper Director Malos. We hail from Drinax. There's been word of pirates raiding your planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he says those despicable people. They raided our reliquary, and they killed many people. Killed them. It's horrible. They blasted them with lasers and weapons and carved them up with different axes and things. It was just brutal. It was horrible. He's like, he's like, this is like the first time he's actually shown emotion since you've been here. He's like, just flashes of anger across his face. He's just very mad. That these raiders, they actually killed the people. We weren't able to preserve them in the carbon like you see all around you. So,
Oh,
So
okay.
basically, before they died, you place them in the carbon.
yes, yes, and yes. He said, killing is the highest sin in our faith. He says, uh, those that have been murdered by the raiders will never be resurrected on the day of healing.
That's horrible. That is awful. We have heard across the stars of these horrid acts, and being distant neighbors of your planet, we're obliged to come and offer our assistance.
Well, we do welcome your assistance. He says anything that you can do would be very much appreciated. And he says, yes, they raided one of our reliquaries, and he waves his hand, and against one of the far walls, like to the side of you, like the wall becomes like a screen, and he shows like this other like pyramidal sort of shaped building. And he says, this is our reliquary. It's actually relic dash quarry, like a rock quarry, reliquary. He says, they attacked this reliquary. This was an archaeological dig on the edges of our city. Many explorers come from off planet to look for different high tech items and materials that's been around on our planet. He shows you like basically the video of the attack, and so yeah, he shows you the place as it is now. There's traces of the attack are obvious. There's blast marks on the grounds from weapons fire, imprints in the mud where the ships landed. There was two ships, that landed, and the remains of the warehouse that once contained relics from the ruined city. Warehouse is blasted with what looks like a ship-mounted pulse laser.
Did we actually see the ships themselves?
Yeah, he's showing the video. You can make like some investigate checks while he's showing you the video of the attack. So I made an 11. Okay, anybody else want to do like an investigate? I'll even allow recon on this.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Recon. Now we're talking.
Ooh, nice. That's
9
an
on the
11.
recon.
11. So 9, 11, 11. Okay.
I'm just looking to see, what class of ship, how big, what type of armaments it seems, stuff like that.
So yeah, basically 2 pirate ships landed here and attacked. They killed everyone present before blasting the door off the warehouse and looting the place. From the warehouse records, they stole basically primarily some recovered computer parts and looks like some different kind of bits of like shiny. It looks like almost like gold, sort of like pieces of like presses that would make like round coins. So almost like a die press, So so there's a lot of that. So the pirate ships consisted of a Type S Scout and a Far Trader. Both of them were retrofitted with some extra weaponry. Looks like a pulse laser and a missile rack. Not exactly a terrifying fighting force, but yeah, it was definitely enough to overwhelm the security on this site.
So Imperial scum.
Yeah. Well, pirate scum. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what you see. There are they do show you a few videos of like a few survivors of the attack. Some interviews before that they put them into the carbon foam monolith. But there's a few interviews. Then the survivors that soon got frozen talk about the pirates they seem to be led by a young man in what looked to be like an Imperial Navy uniform. So yeah, there you go. It looked like it doesn't make sense. It's like because the Navy, the Imperial Navy would never stoop to piracy. That doesn't track. So it also mentions that the scout ship filled its hold first and deported several hours ahead of the free trader. And that's basically all the information that you have. You find out that it was 2 ships that raided the place, a scout ship and a far trader.
In any of the videos, do we have like ship names or in any identifiers, something like that?
No, and that would be common amongst pirate ships. They don't want any identifying marks or anything like that. They're basically just dull hulls, with no identifying numbers or anything like that.
Can we get a copy of the video footage?
Oh, absolutely. He waves it off to like your little wrist computer or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Mostly human, Solomani, Volane stock.
Yeah, a lot of humans in here. Yeah, mostly human. There was one that looked to be Vargar, kind of a smallish looking person with the backward bent legs and that sort of vac suit. Looks like there was one that was Vargar that was like, that was beside the person in the Navy uniform, like directing a lot of the action. And that one came out of the scout ship.
Okay.
All right.
How
long ago was the attack?
Let's say about to count for travel time. Let's say it was about 3 weeks ago.
Matthew?
Yeah.
Can I make a streetwise roll to see if I have heard anything about a young human and a Vargar working together as pirates?
Go for it.
That's 12.
12. Good job. You're not really sure, because you've been out of circulation for a while, about anybody new. But you do know, just from this area of space, that virtually all pirates in this region of space are either based or regularly visit the pirate world of Thieves. It's basically like a large shadow port known for pirates.
Can you spell that?
Thieves, Theev.
So there is a friendly port where people can unload goods, no questions asked. This is a likely stop. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they do make a lot of like I said, they make a lot of petrochemical sort of products and stuff like that, which Drinaxian takes in a lot of raw materials. So if you wanted to buy some cargo here to take back to Drinax, I'm sure Rashando could probably get you a good price for them.
I'm sorry. What kind of materials can he provide us with?
They that's what this planet makes, is a lot of like petrochemicals and stuff like that. A lot of fuel chemicals.
It'd be good. I mean, we give them some extra money for ship repairs, things like that.
Yeah, and the cyclopomps themselves, they are offering a 1,000,000 credit bounty on these pirates.
Nice. Very well.
Is this the only place that was hit on this planet?
Yeah, they hit this area and then they left. They got out of the system and jumped before we can get any sort of defense set up.
So you don't have any type of early warning system to let you know they were coming, obviously.
No, unfortunately, yeah, this is where he illustrates, that they're in that early stages of going from pre-industrial to heavily industrial sort of planet. They've got the materials and stuff. They got everything needed to make this stuff, but there's not a lot of like actual tech on the planet to do that sort of thing.
Okay. Now
they're in the process of getting that.
The items they stole from your recordly, they look like die press for making coins or something.
Yes.
What were they?
Yes, well, there was like some ancient sort of computer parts that was found like in the quarry, and there was actual presses to make uh, the ancient coins, coyn. You might be familiar with that, Tony. The ancients, the grandfathers of the creation of the traveler universe or what have you, were known to use actual metal discs and coins. Nobody really knows if they're just used for currency or identity or what, but there's like a set of like 36, some say 36, some say 42 coins. Only 36 sets, a set of 36 has ever been found. But these look like to be actual presses that would have made the coins.
Okay. Okay. Is that dig still going on?
Yeah, we're still doing that dig. Yeah.
Okay.
It is a pretty lucrative side business for us.
Can we check that dig out?
Can you check that dig out? I guess I can clear you for that. How's your persuade or diplomat or whatever?
I'm going to try to encourage him also.
I was gonna say I can.
13.
13?
And 12.
Well, hold on. No, that's only 12. I only got
I
one.
got a 12 also.
All right, so that's still really good. So he goes, yeah, we can go over there, and he's like, look, you see him like starting to swipe off stuff off his pad for his schedule. He's like, I guess I got to clear that off, and that off. My afternoon just got very busy. As he comes out there, and he basically he comes out of the office with you all, and he sets up you all with some like some breather masks as you guys get ready to leave the actual necro temple and go to the reliquary, and it's basically just to help you breathe in the atmosphere. It's a little thin here, a little hard to breathe. So he gets you guys in there, and he sets up an air car for you guys to take off and go. It's a fully automated air car. He basically just gives it the directions, and it goes off and does its thing. It's basically like a Johnny Cab, and takes you off there in like a little Jetson mobile, and you float off and skim along the surface there at about 100 kilometers an hour, and land down right outside Reliquary. And he comes out, and it again, it looks like a much smaller version of the necropolis that you guys just walked out of. But again, there's a little entrance there of like two big, huge doors for one of just two big, huge doors, like warehouse doors that's been blown away, and they're in the middle of repairing those right now. Like they were massive doors. So they're they've been installing some new ones, and they've got them pretty much working right now, and just been testing them to make sure they operate and stuff like that. But yeah, he takes you guys on in, and you go in, and then again, it is a much smaller necropolis. It's probably only 100 foot long on each side of this pyramid. And you walk in, and basically you go in, and it's basically just like a shell covering a large hole that just keeps going down. You're looking into this just chasm, and there's like a lift that actually a series of lifts all around this hole. There's probably like 6 different lifts, some that are intended for more cargo kind of a deals, and some personal lifts and stuff like that. And he takes you on like one of the personal lifts, the elevators, and in a little electronic deal, it goes up and down pretty quick. And you guys go down, and you're looking around, and it's clocking by pretty quick. Some of you aren't really used to this kind of deal. It's probably hanging on to the handrails kind of deal, as everything's kind of flying up past you, and he's talking about all the different areas where they found different things. And he goes, yeah, this is where we found some of the ancient computer parts over here. And he said, this is where we found the press. A bunch of coins were found in this area over here. He's like, "Is there anything in particular you're wanting to look at, or?"
No, I was just interested in what you're finding from the ancients and stuff, and just an interest of mine.
He says, "Honestly, we aren't really researching it at all. We're doing the dig on behalf of another company."
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who would that be?
He goes, "Well, I really don't want to talk about different clients and stuff like that. You know, they want to keep that sort of information to themselves."
You have a non-disclosure agreement. We understand.
Exactly. And, but yeah,
Well,
we don't. Yeah,
anything
we don't
that
really.
you, well, I was going to say anything that you can provide us. You don't have to give us our identity, but if nothing's been taken from your planet before and you're doing this dig on the behalf of somebody else, you may not be the true intended target. It may be your employer that they're going after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been corporate espionage before. One corporation would try to hurt the other corporation.
He goes. He nods to himself. He goes, "Yes, that's true. We thought about that as well. And, we've made such overtures to our client, and they become aware of it, and in fact they are sending some SDBs to help sort of patrol the area for us to help us out." And he says, "SDB, you guys know that they're system of defense boats, which is basically chips in space." They're non-jump capable ships that are basically just floating gun platforms that can they got a pretty strong maneuver drive, no jump capability at all. They're usually brought in by like jump sleds or by a carrier of some sort. But yeah, he says we're expect to receive two SDBs any day now. Should be coming in the next day or two to help patrol this area.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to look around and see, like I don't think I would really know what I'm looking at.
Gotcha. Make me an investigate roll, everybody, as you're looking around in here.
All right, that I do have.
13.
13? Gotcha.
5. There's a ceiling and a floor, right?
I got shoes.
I got a 7. I found the walls.
Exactly. Nice.
6.
6.
Didn't find the walls, but can confirm with the captain that there is in fact a floor and a ceiling.
Back
that
that up.
Backwards.
Tony, you had a 13, is that correct?
Yeah.
Nice. So you're
Yeah,
noticing.
+2 investigating, +2 intellect. So
There you go. So you're picking up on it pretty quick. There's all the different workers and stuff through here, and they're digging. Some are digging, some are cleaning. It's a typical archaeological site. Some people are taking stuff off through to a scrubber and stuff like that to clean all the.
So what I'm seeing does look like a legitimate archaeological site.
Yeah, the one thing that throws you off though is like no one here is over, you would assume, 40. There's not a lot of people with gray. There's no people around here with gray hair. As a matter of fact, everybody here is young. Like Keeper Malice is like the oldest person you've met so far. On this place, and you assume him to be in his late 50s, early 60s.
Okay. Director Malice, are the people working here people of your planet, or are they flown in by the corporation?
Oh yeah, these are the workers of the planet. I mean, he just says it just like they're the workers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody just looks so young.
Oh yeah, yes. It's part of the reward once they reach a certain age that they're allowed to be frozen as part of our necropolis.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So they're just not wandering about. They're still with you. They're just not.
Well, yeah. Once they, because we determine once they reach a certain age, they're not as effective anymore, and they don't want to be a drain in the society. So we add them to the necropolis.
Well, how thoughtful.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really inventive.
They'll wait the day of the great healing. Yeah. We thought so. We thought, it's only the human thing to do. Yeah.
So nobody how often does the great healing come about? Is this like a once?
Oh, it hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we're waiting for the great event. It's basically like their end of time.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what do you do if you run out of room on the planet for storing folks?
No, we just make another building.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that must really keep resources, efficient.
Yeah, just like Legos. Just snap together.
Yeah. Captain, I feel good here. I don't have any other questions for myself. I'm not sure if anyone else.
Okay.
I'm glad one of us feels good around here. That's awesome.
Yeah, I would just like to. Is this can we go to the scene of where the battle actually happened?
Well, you kind of basically walk through it at the front doors. You
Okay.
walk through some of the craters and stuff like that. And yeah, he'll give you like a quick walkthrough. They didn't get down very far. It was basically like a snatch and grab kind of thing. They saw
Right.
some items, and it really wasn't even as far down as you've gone. Like he'll take you back up to like the top 3 floors. And yeah, it had, without having to go through a bunch of rolls and stuff like that, it looks like it was a snatch and grab. Like they saw some items. That looks expensive. Grab that and go.
Got it.
Before anybody does get called in.
Did there seem to be a pattern to what they grabbed, or did they leave some similar things behind?
Not really. Anything that looked expensive, it looks like they took.
Yeah, no. Being able to counterfeit ancient coins could be very lucrative, I'm sure.
It could be. Yeah.
All right. No, I don't have any more questions. I'll look around at everybody.
Excellent. All right. So to keep this thing going along, like Director Malice will escort you all the way back, actually through the terminal to your landing pad, and wishes you a fair voyage. And he says, and also as a reward, on top of the bounty, if you are successful in retrieving the presses and stuff for our client, we would also reward you with a place here amongst us at the necropolis.
Oh,
that's
generous.
awesome.
Thank you. I'm
Speechless.
So if you
How
haven't
much is such a place worth on the open market?
I'm sure it's priceless.
To some.
You'd have to work on that. That's something you have to work on your own.
Director Malice, could you talk to your people and see through your intelligence unit, your security divisions, if they have heard anything about the pirates, any of their activity, and beam us the information when you have a moment?
Gotcha. And he does network the information that he does have to use. Like after they left us, like a week later they hit Torpal, and but that's your next destination anyway. So,
Right.
But he says any other information again like that we have, and of course if anything else happens, like this SDBs encounter anything, we'll definitely let you know. So that's it. You join back up with the rest of the crew on the ship. Get up and get ready to leave. So we are leaving the planet. Let's see another massive pilot roll there, Ev, as we lift off this planet to get off of this literal hell world.
all right. So
Ev's like, let's get the hell out of here.
Actually, I think they call this a paradise world.
They feel it is. Yeah.
Yep. Just how you look at it.
I rolled an 8, so that's a 13.
Nice. So nice, graceful takeoff. Looks beautiful. Everybody's very, very comfortable. They're like, oh no jerks, no nothing. Good. So you head off the planet and hit your 100 demarcation point. And Tony, you can engage the jump drive.
$11.
11. Okay. So yeah, again, you're spending another week in jump as you go to Torpal. So you guys, I mean, the team, the crew is basically doing their same thing. They're still doing drills and stuff like that, and we can consider that being done as RIT, just to kind of keep things going along, and that will allow you to like take any experience that you're wanting, that you're going to earn this game, to go towards like that melee and stuff like that you're working on. So that works, and Tony's still reading his books and getting stuff, but we're going to skip on through that and get to Torpal. We got about an hour left in the game. So you head out to Torpal and land there pretty easily. We'll just move it on along. Get to Torpal, and again, it's a large water world. Lot of raging sort of seas going around, like bluish green seas. And yeah, the only land masses that you see is like a North Pole and a South Pole, and they are directing you towards the South Pole of the planet, which is just an ice covered chunk of land mass. So I want to say about the size of Antarctica. We'll just make it Antarctica. So that's about appropriate. But yeah, you get to Torpal, do the same kind of hail kind of things. We'll just kind of breeze on through that, and get access to land on Torpal. Torpal now it does have a high port and a down port. The high port is really just for refueling ships and stuff like that that are in the area. The down port is where you want to go and do any business or any administration sort of things, and also load cargo and stuff like that. High port is basically, if you're just stopping over here, it's a gas station, is the high port, in orbit. So yeah, you get there to the planet. You get to the terminal of that planet, the area where you land and go through customs and stuff like that, and all around this place, it's just like what you'd imagine like an airport in Florida to be. Like, even though it's like ice outside, like all along the walls and stuff like that, all posted on the screens and stuff like that along the walls, are all these sun's kissed landscapes of like beaches and stuff like that, and you're like, Where the hell is this coming from? Because outside it's just ice and water about to turn into ice. It's all it is out here. So yeah, but yeah, there's all the holograms and stuff like that, with like different beaches and beautiful stuff. And you can look out the actual windows, and it's just howling blizzards of ice and snow. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you are directed to meet a person named Provost Farx, Farx. Give me just a moment as I bring up that person. Provost Farx. Thanks. So you're about to meet him, and he's basically going through the same sort of motions that you just went through with Director Malice. He's basically to help facilitate anything you all need here to kind of investigate what's going on. Go through the pleasantries and stuff like that. But to just cut it short, basically we'll just go right towards the briefing. So Torpal's he basically does like an direction amongst the view screen, stuff like that, just like Malice did. Torpal's lack of a stable landmass means that many of its industrial facilities are in orbit. The target of the pirate attack was one of these orbital factories, which was basically an automated chemical refinery. The factory's onboard cameras transmitted images of the attack just before they were destroyed. The images show two ships approaching from the orbital refueling dock. Barrage of deadly accurate laser fire severs the refinery's cargo module, and one of the ships swoops in and captures it with what looks like what looks like a cargo scoop, like what you have on your ship. You use like magnetic sort of technology to basically scoop in the cargo. The other vessel moves in to provide cover and then departs. One of the ships looks like it was a far trader, and the other looks like it was another type of ship, like a 400-ton salvage hauler. It wasn't a scout vessel. The far trader looks the same as the other one that was on Clark, but this salvage hauler looks new.
So did the far trader move in first?
They both came in roughly about the same time. Like they both disengaged from the refueling station and then attacked this refinery. Basically, the salvage hauler swooped in and got the cargo, while the far trader was like an overwatch position, just kind of guarding it.
Now, how does their weaponry, their ship weaponry, compare to what we have?
They're using what looks like to be laser turrets, which they're effective, but they wouldn't have the same punching powers like the plasma barbette. I mean the particle beam barbette that you have.
Okay. So we'll go through the same spiel with Provost Farks. Was this about 2 weeks ago?
He says, yeah, this was about 2 weeks ago, and Falks looks like this picture up here. He's like got bright orange robes and has a tiny golden fez with a little scale model of the starport. You look at it and go, is that the starport? Oh my God, he's wearing the starport on top of his head. So he seems very young, very ambitious, and very eager to please. But yeah, he says, yeah, they attacked about 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
So are you, we come on behalf of Drinax
yes,
to offer, our assistance in this investigation, but, we could offer much more, we could offer our protection if you would consider coming back into the, what's that word? What was it? The
Sindalian Empire?
Sindalian Empire.
Let's see your diplomacy roll. Or persuade roll.
I was going to say, I can do persuade.
We can try persuade.
We can try to persuade. Diplomacy what? That's a 9.
9?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I assumed that that was a large part of why you're here, and we are welcome to open negotiations with that, with a representative from Drinax. That would be beneficial to us both, I assume.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So, what was stolen here? We had the refinery that was stolen.
Yeah, basically some cargo pods from the chemical refinery. Looks like basically like big containers of chemicals.
All right. Do you have any surveillance footage of after the attack?
Yeah, of, during, and after and stuff like that. Yeah, on the actual station itself, like the refinery station was destroyed. The cameras were destroyed when they hit it. But I can give you all the different sensor information that we have.
Now, I thought that your planet was mostly an agriculture planet. What kind of chemicals are you producing here?
We aren't producing it. But that's a storage facility. You know, like this is a way station towards a lot
Okay,
of
I follow you now.
different traffic. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that was basically like a warehouse in space, so to speak. So yeah. Yeah, you guys can make like electronics checks to check the sensor scans, see what you can find out about the ships, or any sort of like communications checks, like electronics comms checks.
Oh, I got an 11.
11 on comms.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
8 on electronics.
And I did 12 on sensors.
Okay. All right. So 12 on the sensors. You can enhance the video images, like you're able to go in and adjust the video, and you're going to get some more information on the ships, like you were asking about them earlier. The 200-ton far trader has 2 double turrets, both what looks like pulse lasers. The 400-ton salvage hauler has 2 single and 2 double turrets, and is armed with pulse lasers. Looks like sandcasters, and that's pretty much what it has. The salvage hauler looks like it was recently repainted, so that might have just been a recent prize. The paint looks really fresh on it. But you use like some computer analysis and stuff like that. You can determine there was a logo and a registry beneath the paint. The salvage hauler bears the Starburst and Starship of the Imperial Navy. It was actually the Imperial Navy ship Mercifuge or Mercifuge, Mercifuge. Yeah. So you guys can get some information off that past of that ship here in a minute, but let's go ahead and go to the comms check. So you're getting some communications, like the 2 ships identified themselves as Argo 1 and Argo 2 as they came to the refueling station. But you're able to get along. You're able to catch like the transmission frequency of those ships. The Far Trader made a single radio transmission while docked at the refueling station. It broadcasted what looks like an encrypted greeting to another ship, which is, yes, a refitted Scout, which was landed on the Torpal Downport.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah. It actually, beamed a message towards the Scout. And then that Scout ship leaves right after it gets that broadcast. And then you're getting like some chatter from that Scout ship later on. Looks like it was out of system, but it was recorded by the station. Still past the station. There was an interesting sort of thing that happened out system. That doing that comms checks, you're able to pick up in the background chatter, like you're scanning through the different frequencies and stuff like that. You're able to find that the Scout ship's name is called the Misery's Company.
The what?
Misery's Company, as in Misery Loves Company.
Oh.
Yeah. Misery's Company. It looks like it landed at Torpal about a day or 2 before the Argos, the 2 Argos vessels arrived. You're able to pick up what sounds like transmissions from the Scout ship's captain, and it definitely is coming through as a Vargur captain named Kirsch, Krrrsh, 3 R's and S and H. Looks like he sold some computer scrap material to another trader named Holmer on the downport. He has just sold that on the downport, and then once they got into near the jump limit, it looks like it was involved in an incident with another ship. Something happened, like at that demarcation point, right before ships jump in and ships jump out.
Collision, attack.
So yeah, here's an interesting thing. Like, it will be determined in later records of your exploits to be known as the Sarkomand incident. They encountered a far trader. The scout vessel encountered a 200-ton far trader called the Sarkomand, Sarcomond, captained by a human named Daniel Vlau. It looked like it was an old and battered trader, built in the heyday of the kingdom of Drinax, but it was still flying. So it looked like a plum target for this scout vessel to kind of pick right before it jumped. And surprise, surprise, the Sarkomand was much more heavily armed than the scout vessel was prepared for, and the far trader basically just spanked this ship, spanked the scout vessel. You hear all kinds of different alerts and alarms coming from the pirate crew of the scout vessel, the modified scout vessel, and there are a bunch of them are like cursing the captain. They're like shouting at each other and shouting at the captains, like, Carrick's dead. I can't believe we did this. We didn't even have to die. They're just like calling Captain everything, under the sun, just really, really ticked off. And you hear the captain give an order to jump to Borite, Borite.
All right. So, may we have a copy of these recordings
Sure.
to continue the investigation?
Can you throw the map back up?
I can indeed. Where did I have it? I know I had it.
In the mappy section.
Yeah, I did have it. Give me just a moment. I know I had. There's the map of the other place. Give me just a moment. I'll get the map that you want. Where did it go? Snippy tool. There we go. So yeah, there's the sector again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're at Torpal, and oh yeah, look, there's Mardig just over there. Now you were just there, not too long ago. You were guests of Mardig. Okay, you gotta do something with the cat, Betty. The microphone's killing us.
These are little sharp claws. He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Go pour him a glass of ice water. I've heard that works. I heard that Parrot likes ice water, especially other people's ice water. I've heard.
Yeah,
that.
right.
It's the only water you want to drink.
It's other people's ice water. Exactly. So yeah, if you're looking at Borite, Borite is actually only jump 2 away from Torpal.
All right.
And that's yeah.
So, do we know? I mean, is Borite part of any? Do they? What do we know of that planet?
What do you know about that planet? Well, you probably don't know a whole bunch, but the computer will tell you.
All right.
So if you do like a computer's rolls, like if somebody was wanting to do checks on Borite and then also that ship, the Mercifuge, I can give you some information.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be good.
I did a.
Go ahead.
I rolled a 10 for the planet.
To roll a 10 for the planet.
Yeah.
So, Borite is not much of a planet itself. I haven't actually read the Traveler Wiki on it. I'm going to place it as pretty much an uninhabited sort of world. Nothing was. There used to be something going on here, and there used to be a Navy port, a starbase here, and a fairly established high port. But as it became less and less part of the interstellar trade routes, it was largely abandoned. So, like, there's basically nothing here.
All right. So
Now, the friendly pirate port we were talking about earlier, what planet was that located at?
That was Thieve. That's a little further up. That's a little away.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I was just wondering if
Yeah.
they have a secondary location, or that's just kind of a spot you might jump to get away from people.
Well, let's put it this way. You see Noricum?
Yeah.
It's a jump 3 from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, Thieve is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody want to do a computer's check on the Mercifuge?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't have computers. It's all right.
It's all
I
right.
was going to say, can I use
Jesus
electronics?
Christ, it is.
You can use electronics, yeah.
Well, with my -3, I got a 9.
I got a 13.
Okay. Excellent.
I can't believe I critted on that.
Nice. So, according to some official bulletins, the Mercifuge was part of a flotilla that fled the Imperium under the command of a renegade Admiral Roykin. I'll spell that out in the chat for you. Renegade Admiral Roykin. Some 30 years ago, the Mercifuge is listed as stolen. According to pirate lore, Roykin is based in the mysterious world of Thieve in the Sindel sector. So he might have fled the Navy and just become like a pirate lord himself.
All right. Okay. All right. And all right. So when we get back on the ship, I want to do some more recon on the Mercifuge to just see where it's been, if there's been any other chatter about spotting it in association with thievery.
Yeah. Okay.
Heresy.
Do you need help?
Yeah, it'll be like some streetwise and stuff like that going on.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to step away from.
Yeah, I'm going to step away too. Give us everybody that needs a break. Take like a 5-minute break. I'll be right back.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's not good.
I just threw my dice in my ice water.
Ooh.
So it's a reroll, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'll be right back.
Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm.
Did Eve disconnect?
Who?
Eve? Oh, the eyes.
Yeah, she might have turned everything off to get up from the screen.
Tired for some reason?
Well, it is getting on in today. We had a late game last night.
Yeah. I remember my very first Origins. I think I slept 4 or 5 hours per night, and it seemed to be over so quickly.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Actually, you'd ask about people running games for Origins. I may just try this to play things and not worry about trying to run anything this time.
Well, you can do what I'm doing.
Which is?
One game, one adventure, run it 4 times.
Well, I've done that before. Usually I run the same one several times.
No, I'm the dumbass.
That runs 4 different ones.
I run 4 different ones or 8 different ones or whatever. Like, what game are we playing right now? Yeah, okay, the bad guys. No.
Well, no, another good. Well, you can do that easily. All you have to do is, no matter where you are, the first thing they do is the PCs enter a room full of hallucinogenic gases, and then they're imagining everything else the rest of the adventure, and you just go along with it.
Cool. Where you at, ladies? Come back. Come back to us, ladies. I guess I could make the announcement while we're still waiting. Yeah. And there's Betty. Yeah. I'll go ahead and make the announcement that, we are hosting a mini con to benefit a local store that was assaulted. Wanted to put that out there again. That was the store was robbed this past week, and we're holding a benefit con called Cardinal Con, where you can sign on to play games. We're charging $5 per game. That's going to go directly towards Cardinal Con. There'll be details about how to sign on for games and stuff like that on our Lurking Fears page, and we'll make a link to the site below this video. I think we almost. Hi, welcome back, Captain Hashna.
So, I hope the library has like a dummies guide to being a captain, because that's like my bedtime reading.
There you go. Yeah. Idiot's Guides to Captaining by William Shatner.
Yes. Talk real slow.
Yeah, I can see it. 5,000 years in the future, the original episodes of Star Trek are being used as corporate military training videos.
Step 3: when in doubt, rip your shirt. When in doubt, rip your
First
shirt.
thing you do when you encounter a new species, have sex with it.
So you screw it or shoot it. Yeah.
That's it.
Excellent.
Oh.
Hey, there she is.
There we go.
Yeah, I got you back. All right. So so what is our? Oh yeah, we were trying to find out anything else about the Murkyfuge. Is that correct?
Yes, we were rolling theorize.
I keep wanting to say Murgatroyd. I know. It's the Hanna-Barbera in me. I don't know what to tell you.
That's going to be a 14.
Hot dong. So yeah. Let's make this personal. Hashna. DeRoykin had a person working under him named Ferric, and you remember Ferric. Ferric was a noble, not a noble, but a functionary that worked under DeRoykin. We'll say he was Captain Ferric at the time, and he actually was one of the people who was instrumental in getting you arrested. Like he was the one that on the docks was found out that you were the one stealing the radiation suits and got you arrested.
All right, so this Admiral DeRoykin, he's a real thug, and we need to get rid of him and everybody underneath him, including this Captain Ferric guy, because
yeah,
the Admiral is the one from the Navy that went AWOL, deserted, right?
Yeah, Admiral DeRoykin, deserted Navy some time ago.
I want to do a search, see when the last time he was seen.
Okay.
14.
It's been a while. Nobody's seen him in or out of around a lot, in any local ports or anything like that. There is rumors of him being on Thieves. People who've been to Thieves have said, "Yeah, I've seen him there," but there's you can't find any video surveillance or anything of him like that on any other planet, and Thieves wouldn't have any. For obvious reasons, being a Shadows port.
yeah, I can tell you, Captain Ferric, who works for DeRoykin, he's the reason that I was in Marduk.
He was an asshole.
So we need to take him down, if nothing.
You take him
So
down.
you were guilty of what you did, correct?
It doesn't matter. It's a principle matter.
Yeah,
He knows
totally.
what he did.
Captain Hashna did it. Yeah. She couldn't let you go. It was radiation suits, right? It's like stealing. It's like stealing food for the hungry people. But
It was a Robin Hood move.
it was totally a Robin Hood move. He could have let it go. Yeah, but no, he had to stick to the rules. And the law, the law.
And now to find out that he loves the law so much that he's out thieving. Well,
it's just beautiful. It's some delicious irony coming for you. He's like, now he's a pirate. How the hell did that happen? You want to know. You want to know how the hell that happened.
I love the law selectively. It's a weather love. It's a middle school crush love,
All right. So where are we going from here, people?
Where are we not going to Thieves to find, or were we going somewhere else?
Thieves is a long way away.
Oh, yes. Okay.
How far is Borlight? We could check that out and see if they have if they're saying they're doing repairs or something.
Borlight is a jump 2. Yeah.
I'm not saying that's our only choice. We can always get some supplies from Clark, head back, tell them what we learned, and then come back again.
Well, we can definitely refuel here. I mean,
Well, I don't mean refueling supplies. I mean getting
yeah,
your cargo and taking back and selling.
we could, but I mean, our immediate. We need to stop the raid, so either we can, we could definitely do that and put some rumors out on the streets that we're carrying something a lot more valuable than what we really are.
True. I mean, you might be right. We could just go to Borlight and check out the area there and see if they're sitting around there.
So I think we did gloss over it. The scout ship before it left, it was selling some old computer parts.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
People on the planet, yeah. Do you want to let them know about that? That's you think it was basically stolen from Clark, and they should research that, check that out.
Oh yeah, let's go down and talk to Homer. That's who he sold it to, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So, so we can just you can just inform them of that and let Clark and Torpal hash that out. And you're like, hey, that stuff's from there. It was stolen, and let their own police force kind of figure that out. You're hot on the trail of these pirates. You don't have time for that kind of stuff. That's local matter kind of stuff. But yeah, helping them, let them know would get you in the good favors of both of the planets again. You're trying to work something out between the two of them logistically. So that's cool. So yeah, looks like we are heading towards where?
Borite.
Yeah. Borite, and and you made your streetwise rolls and stuff like that before, and you're looking, you're like, I mean that that deserted station on Borite would be a perfect stopover point, like another sort of shadow port kind of a deal, because it's abandoned, but you don't have no idea how much of it's still functional,
Let's find out.
Pirates to have a hideout.
Yeah, exactly. So we will jump on out towards Borite. We will forego the rolls and stuff like that. I'm not gonna torture Eb and have us crash on the Torpal station. We will breeze right there. We will assume she's been rolling as fabulously as always, and the jump is engaged by Tony, and we are on our way on out to Borite. Now, yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, if I have to roll something scientific or involving intellect or education, I'll have a +3 or a +4. In a couple of cases, a +5. So.
Nice. Nice. All right. So you make your jump. You're in your week's jump again. So we spend about 3 weeks so far of game time. Most of it in jump space with like a day or two in between the planets. Mostly like a day. You really haven't had a whole lot of time, to relax or anything. You're hot on the trails of these pirates. So yeah, so like 3.5 weeks, including the time you've been on the planets. You get to the Borite system, and you jump to the Borite system, and there is basically a gas giant here that is orbited by a very old, decrepit, probably 1,000-year-old naval station, and then another smaller, more of a traditional high port that's much more recent. It's probably only 500 years old, which is still pretty old. But in Imperial time, it's nothing. That's fine. Hell, your ship's almost 300 years old. So yeah, so the first thing you notice as we are scanning the Borite system, I guess Pete the Stench is doing his sensors rolls.
Go,
as we enter the system. Let's let Pete the Stench do his roll, do his thing.
One thing I want to start doing when we go on planet is I'd like to get little ship scent, like little hanging trees, and put them under Pete's chair every time we come back onto the ship.
Beautiful.
Not over him, under the chair, so it's out of sight.
Under the chair, so it's outside.
So you're telling me we have this Rolls Royce of a Raider, and you're putting the pine tree on the rear view sensor.
They're exotic, man. I'm getting them a report.
I guess it beats a truck nuts trailer hitch, but okay, we'll let it go. So yeah. Like the few times he opened up his back suit helmet to like get a drink of coffee or whatever, he's like, like, is that cedar? Something got cedar in here?
I avoid the bridge completely.
I play along and basically like I don't know what you're smelling.
All I can picture is it's a bathroom that smells of poop and pine. I just.
But Captain, you could request the boarding party to take him into the showers and wash him off really good.
This is much more entertaining.
Doesn't that fall under medical? Do we have medical?
I could give you a recommendation as a medical professional.
I was going to say, I actually have medic skills.
Oh, good. So this is not on me in the slightest. I have none.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's what I wanted to confirm.
I have studied anatomy.
Haven't we all? I mean, really, when it comes down to it, you know.
Pete Stench is like, why do I keep getting these flashes on my screen about hygiene? Well, who's sending those?
Corporate policy is training you.
There's still a lot of things that need to be fixed, Pete. So. You're probably just tired. Go take a cold shower. It'll make you feel better.
Go take a cold shower. Yeah, we can totally have the boarding party give him a GI shower later on. That'll be awesome.
Hooray! Just it's better than prison. It's better than prison. It's better than prison.
Only better than prison. No place like home.
It sounds like he's never dropped the soap.
Exactly.
What soap?
All right. So he does his sensor rolls, and he's like, and he's got his headphones on, and he's like, I'm picking up a very faint distress signal, Captain.
What?
That's never good.
Yeah.
Someone's distressed.
Where?
And I have a particle cannon.
Where are you picking up the distress signal from?
He says,
Beowulf?
Or put it up on screen.
He's putting it up on screen, and it's not the old naval yard, which has basically just been scavenged. I mean, it's just like a skeleton of the naval space that was here. That's pretty much been picked clean. But there is large parts of the high port that's still there. The actual planet-side space station that's in orbit. He's like it's a very weak distress signal coming from there, from the high port, Captain.
How old is the signal?
He's like, I don't know how old it is. It's a repeating signal. It's just a distress signal, basically like an SOS.
Captain, I would suggest going in ready for combat.
Well, can we scan the surrounding area before we go marching in?
So yeah, do some more sensors rolls, and he's scanning the area, and he's like, I'm not picking up any other ships or anything around, Captain. He says, this whole area was basically a high guard outpost of the old Sindalian fleet. From what the ship's computers is telling me, but yeah, he's like,
are there any weapon ports on the station itself?
He's like I'm reading where there's hard points on the station, but none of them are even, they've all been removed. I am showing some signs of the station being repaired within looks like the last 100 years or so. The distress call seems to be like a low power automated sort of automated beacon. He's like, it's odd. It's like it's really something that like what you would find on a vac suit, like a vac suit beacon, but it's been amplified somehow.
Is it a rescue ball?
Say again.
Is it a rescue ball or an escape pod?
No, it's on the station, but a vac suit signal I would not be able to pick up from here. It would be very short range. Like you would have to be near the station to pick it up.
Possibly someone on the station got marooned and they figured out how to do that for the vac suit and couldn't do it for whatever reason for the comm settings on the ship on the station. So it might be someone on there that we may need to rescue.
He's like that's he's looking at the engineer. He's like, I guess that could be done. Yeah. That would count for the weak signal, but still getting out here. Yeah.
So I am hesitant to go and land anywhere near that signal because if I was trying to create a trap for somebody, I certainly would do something like this. So, and we know they have the far trader, the scout ship, and a salvage hauler.
Mm-hmm.
So is there somewhere close, like within walking distance, but not that we can, like, I don't know, slide in behind some rocks or...
well, I mean, that's the problem. It's like it's a space station,
Don't we have shuttles or something on this ship?
I don't think so. I don't think we have a ship's boat.
I know we have some vehicles.
Give me just a second. Do we?
Yeah.
Let me look back up at the ship again.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. Yeah, it didn't look on the thing. It didn't look like we had any.
I don't think we do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go with a no.
All right, so I'm gonna look at Ev and how well can you fly again?
Yeah, that's a trick. There's a lot of debris around the station from people picking apart the station over the years. So there's a lot of stuff to kind of fly around, and you're not really sure which ports are like solid to dock with or not. Till you actually do make the attempt. That won't crush under the ship trying to soft dock with it.
I know we gotta go slow. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, go slow. Gotta go slow. So yeah, let's see that piloting roll. 2d6 plus 5.
All right, let's give it a go. Oh, that went well. Okay, so you said plus 5. Was it?
Yeah, with the ship, your abilities.
Yeah, that's 16.
16. So yeah, so she is doing all kinds of somersaults and stuff like that, and banks and flying in and out of huge, big, giant chunks of debris that's easily the size of the ship. It's just kind of hurtling and tumbling through space, and she's just kind of going through the area and just skimming over parts and through parts and stuff like that. It's just like just a giant floating debris field all around the station. So finally, she is able to ping a solid docking station. It's basically like it connects to the hull on your belly side where you've got the docking tube on your ship, and you can make a soft dock. You make a nice, graceful landing right where you need to.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
That was
All right, so I'll the boarding party and see if they're ready to.
Oh, they're like, we get to go. We get to go. We get to go.
Go shoot
They
things.
go. We're doing to see if I detect any power surges or anything.
All right.
You knew I was coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Rolled a 5. I rolled snake eyes, so my bonus doesn't do too much. Yeah, well, it gives me a 5, but
Yeah, you got nothing. Yeah, something on the station's like blocking you. You don't know if it's all the debris field. There's a lot of magnetic components and stuff like that, and the debris field is just playing haywire with your sensors.
okay.
You don't know. Yeah, something went horribly wrong. Like you turned on the sensors and it just started screaming at you. Like I don't know. Get like a lot of background, background noise, like a microphone, like feedback. So yeah, that was bad. So the boarding crew's coming with you, the boarding party.
Not all of them. I think we need to keep a couple
Excuse
of
me,
them.
Captain. I'm going.
Cool. Let's keep. Sorry, I was going back to their names. Let's keep Fat Florian and Little Cleo here,
Okay.
and Cat Killer can come with us.
Cat Killer. All right.
Yeah, and they're to guard the ship.
Nice. All right, so they'll guard the ship. Or is Pete the Stench staying on board?
Yeah, he's gonna keep. Stay on the sensors and alert us if anything changes.
Brilliant. He says, "Aye, Captain. I can do that."
I send a message to little Cleo to keep an eye on Pete.
Okay. And she just looks at you with her sailor's voice, like, "What the fuck do you think he's gonna do? He can't fight a ship." He's like, "I'll break his neck."
That's why I'm telling you to keep an eye on him.
Okay.
He's strange.
She just kind of snorts. Is like, "I'm going back to the gym. I'll keep an eye on him though." So yeah. So you go to the station, and where you dock at has you're reading on the other side. There's no atmosphere, so everybody put on their vac suits. Let's see that vac suit skill
Okay.
as we put on our vac suits.
All right, I'm watching everybody really carefully before I put
Roll
on my
an 8.
vaccine.
Roll an 8. All right.
6.
Well, that's not bad.
How'd you do that?
I rolled a 9.
9. Okay, so you and Tony are kind of looking at each other. You got the seal going and stuff like that, and like the inside of Captain Hoshna's helmet is like fogging up, and she's like, "I don't think I got this on right."
Can you hear me?
Okay, hang on. Can I help the captain not to space herself?
Yeah, you can roll back suit for her.
Okay. Let's see if I do. Good for you.
I'm like a little
Okay,
kid
that's
trying
not
to tie
bad.
their shoe.
I rolled an 8 for
Okay.
the captain.
So yeah, you're able to click it on, do the twist, and it's kind of like an Instapot. You click it and twist it, and it comes with a little chime that it's sealed. And then, like the inside, starts to clear up, and you can see her. She's like, "Oh, you're there. Hi, how you doing?" She keeps trying to rub like the outside of the helmet to clear the mist that's on the inside of the helmet. You're like,
Hey, give it a second.
honey.
Give it a second.
Yeah, just stop.
Just give it a second. Just one more second. Maybe 5 more seconds. Okay, there we go.
There you go. I can see
I
it.
love that chime. See? When you hear the chime, it means you won't die. I mean, it's really good.
It's very simple. You snap, twist, and you get the chime. There you go. Sir Alacrity, let's see your vac suit roll.
Were you going to do a hard stop at 6, you said?
Yeah, we're coming right up on it.
My vac suit is 0, so a 10 is a 10.
There you go. You're on just fine. Everybody had to help the captain a little bit. It was a little bit of an embarrassing moment, but we're fine. We're good now. We're okay.
We understand that she's a mud thumper, but
Exactly.
Captain's completely okay with it.
Exactly. So you go through the airlocks and stuff like here. On the far side of the airlocks are a few parts of this place that looks like they're still inhabitable. You see in like some chairs and stuff like that scattered about. A bunch of debris is like floating around. You thank God you got grab boots on. You're getting the click, click, click. Everybody hearing the click, click, click of everybody's vac boots, zero G shoes as you're clicking along the station, the whole of the station. You open the airlock in and you go into like a waiting sort of chamber outside the airlock where like some people would have waited like in like a basically like a airport terminal where they would have waited to board, but they're waiting outside the airlock to board whatever is hooked up to the airlock. But that's all been abandoned. There's like emergency lights on in this area. That's all you can see by is very dim light. And then you go through another set of double of airlocks or doors, and you look like you're getting into like a circular sort of chamber, but you're like on one of the outside rooms of the circular chamber, like the walls that are behind you are arching out to looks like what's going to be part of a dome, but you're in a room that's part of that dome. You're seeing all kinds of different scrawled messages and stuff all over the walls and stuff here. Looks like it was scrawled with like a shard of metal, just like scratched right into the metal walls of the room. There's like messages that like watches speak of some sort of thing called the ghost or the voice over the radio. But most of it, you just keep seeing again, it's coming, and it's coming. And then over here on another side of the wall, it's coming, like scratched into the walls very frantically. And then you see also different areas around the station, like this area, like a couple of the chairs and like a small round, I guess want to say like a coffee table around some chair. That's it's in the middle of a round of chairs. Looks like there was some kind of a burn or something on some of the chairs and the table.
Burn as in laser fire?
Make me a science or medic check.
Ooh, I can do
I got a 4.
Ooh, I got a 13.
Hot dog. This looks like acid, like some acid burns along the chair. Some acid burns.
Yeah, no, I heard you. It just
some acid burn.
That's unexpected.
And
I
then
think we have an alien predator situation on board this ship.
We just stepped into alien.
Freaking out. I'm just waiting for the line. It's coming.
So you get into like the next room and you come across like a vac suit just kind of floating around in the void of the room. It's more of a square room, like you're in an interior room, very large. What looks like a conference room, like different sort of conference tables are around. But there's like one filled vac suit, like there's a body in it.
Oh.
Do I get a reading off of it like it's transmitting?
No.
Huh.
So I'll go step a little closer and take a look at the corpse.
Okay. So it's kind of just floating around about chest high, and its back is to you and stuff like that. It's just kind of doing that kind of a deal, and I guess you just like grab the shoulder and kind of spin it around to see what it is.
Yeah. I'll just kind of give it a push and let gravity
So you look and there's nothing in the helmet, but in the chest area, like it's all been like dissolved with acid. The whole chest area of the suit was like just completely eaten away. And looks like there is some sort of biomass inside the suit, but it's like lumps of it here and there stuck to the inside of the suit, like dissolved acid that's still stuck to the suit. Yeah. Exactly. Anybody want a tuna sandwich? Does that sound good?
No, I do
Yes.
not. In fact, you.
Yeah. So, I'm going to turn back because I know that Tony was looking into this planet as well. And did anybody ever heard any rumors about any sort of creatures on this planet?
Everybody's
I
like,
didn't pick up anything in the readings, and I did. See, the thing we have to do is determine how long this guy died, because if we're dealing with a creature, there's a vacuum out here right now. So really, there shouldn't be any creature out there going around stalking anybody unless it can breathe in unless it doesn't need air to breathe, and it can live in the vacuum.
yeah. And it's, the biomass is frozen. So, yeah.
Can Stench pinpoint the signal a little bit better?
Let's see some sensors rolls.
When you're playing Finch or Stench, Pete.
Is Stench Stench is back on the ship. Is he? Are you
But
asking
can't we send him a message?
Yeah, you can do that. So you're messaging him, and he's like, "Yeah, go to your second door on the right, and then go down a hallway. I'm picking up something. There's some sort of life sign there, in that hallway."
Gauss rifle at the ready. Let's go.
Exactly.
Well, hold on. So I want to look around the room that had all the acid in it. Was there any kind of material or substance that the acid didn't eat through?
Looking around, no. It dissolved everything, metal and plastic and wood, everything equally. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, go down that hallway, and looks like it's the third door on your left. Yeah. So basically, you're like going down the hallway outside of the dome, and then we'll make it like you guys have got like some, like the alien sort of densitometers that that is just picking up movement, like motion sensors and stuff like that. So you're scanning the area and stuff like that, and you start to pick it up. There's something in that room. There's definitely a life sign in that room.
Oh, we could really use teledrift right now.
Yes, we could.
Damn. All right. So.
Do you want him to be here?
Well, I was going to say he can be on the ship, but
yeah, that makes sense. He would be on the ship. Yeah.
So I want to ask Teledrift if he senses anything intelligent.
Yeah. So yeah. There's something on the other side of this door. There's a life sign.
Right. So I guess we'll
knock.
Hey, knock.
We'll knock on the door. We'll be like, hey, knock we're here.
It's only polite. So,
did I do that last game?
I think you did. So yeah. You knock. We did Wilderness Girls. Yeah. So sort of like that. Avon calling. So you knock on the door, and you're hearing somebody in growling like a Varger, and he's like, "Is somebody there?"
Yes. Hello.
He's like, "Oh, thank
Survivor.
God." Yeah, but he's half bark, half growl, Varger.
Oh, no,
yeah.
What's going on? Everything's covered in acid. You're the first living thing we've encountered.
And the door opens up, and you see this poor specimen. Here, give me just a moment. It comes out, kind of whimpering, And he comes out and he's like, got the tail between his legs kind of deal.
He's in a vac suit, I assume, right?
No, he is not.
So there's air in that room?
There is air in that room. Yeah.
Medic! Hey!
Captain, does he look like he's got any insignia on him at all, or is he just plain dressed?
He's wearing his underclothes like what you would wear your underclothes under a vac suit. You know, your union suit. You know, your underwear. Yeah.
Did we ever get a picture of the Varg captain of the pirates?
Not a good picture because he was in a vac suit on the station.
But he was small, like this guy.
Yeah, small like this guy. But a lot of Vargers are small.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not putting my weapon down.
Okay.
But are you here by yourself?
He goes, no. There's something else in the station. It's horrible. It's horrible. He's like, I've been hiding in here, and like now this hallway that you've been in. I need to retrocon that a little bit. This hallway you've been in does have atmosphere, but you didn't bother to take your helmets off because you don't know what the next chamber is going to be like, you know. Right. But this hallway that you're in has atmosphere and stuff like that. But he's like, there's something else on this station.
Where did you come from? What ship were you on?
He's like, I was the captain of a ship.
Of a ship.
I asked him the name of the captain from the pirate ship.
He's like, yes, I was the captain of the Mysteries Company. Yes. Okay. My name is Kirsch. Okay. My name is Kirsch.
All right.
Well, Kirsch, if there's something roaming these halls, then you should let us in and we can shut this door.
Yeah, come on in. And he comes in, and you're coming to basically like a stateroom. There's like a bunk bed kind of a deal that he's been sleeping in here and eating freeze dried food and what little water he can scavenge from different parts of the station. He's like taking little water bottles and like siphoned up water that was left in the lines, and stuff like that. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Okay. It's a mess in this room.
So are you the only survivor of your crew?
No. I was left here by my crew. My crew left me here.
Okay, so besides the creature, you're the only living person that you know.
Yes.
Wait, let's rewind. Your crew left you here?
Yes, apparently attacking a far trader that heavily outmatches you is frowned upon by the rest of the pirate crew.
Is generally speaking, even if you're not a pirate, a bad idea. Yeah, and a couple things. All right.
He's like, it had pop-up turrets. I didn't know. It looked fine when we first approached it, and then these turrets popped out of nowhere, and it just shot us full of holes.
It's okay. We all make big mistakes sometimes in our lives. It's more the journey and the lesson you learned. I mean, I killed a man.
Allegedly. And,
oh no, I totally did it. I have never denied that I killed that man after having a very calm conversation with him, and he deserved it. The thing that I learned
for jaywalking, it's okay,
was to hide the body better and not have witnesses. That is what I learned. What did you learn?
I learned not to attack a ship that I didn't do my research on.
See, we are better beings for it. Yes.
It looked like a plum target, but it was a bad move. I got a little greedy.
Both of them were bitter. They know they really were. Yeah.
Exactly. And he's like, yeah, we got to get out of here. Do you have another vac suit? Is there another vac suit around? I used mine to wire into the relay on the station. I had to use my my personal transponder on my vac suit to wire into the satellite dish on the station.
We could probably go back to the ship to get you one and come back for you.
Oh no! Don't leave me! Don't leave me! It might come back.
Oh, we're not going to leave you. You're coming with us.
he's like I want to go with you. I'll go with you.
Oh, you are. Isn't that right, Cat Killer? He's coming with us, isn't he?
Cat Killer. Can I do the squeezing yet? Kind of squeeze him.
Calm down, Lenny. Calm down.
Do you need like a body pillow or something to take this out on? I feel like you're just so pent up you're gonna pop.
I just want to squeeze him.
No, I can't say that. The captain gets to say that. I hope the captain says no, but that's my vote. Not that you're voting. Captain, are we voting?
He's like,
we're not squeezing yet. It's not time to squeeze yet.
Cat Killer's like got his hand out. And
Not yet.
Cat Killer, have you tried meditation or drugs? Like heavy sedatives?
I just like squeezing.
I know. Everyone knows. Even if they don't want to know, they know. Yeah. Yes.
Cat Killer is at the top and pinnacle of his career. His skill set is perfect. Leave be.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying there's a time and a place for everything, including drugs.
In 30 years, when he gets ready to retire, bring this up again.
I'll set a calendar for it, sir.
So
you start to think of like if you can find like a stress ball on the shit for him to squeeze.
Like it's the size of a person, yeah. And it has a prominent neck. I'm not saying. Don't
you can break
indulge
it and it
here.
bounces back.
Yeah.
So he's like you can find me another vac suit, right? Isn't there another vac suit? I thought I saw another vac suit further back.
We can go search for one.
Okay.
Where'd you find it at?
It was when they first brought me in. It was floating around in the common area.
Can you tell
That one's been ripped apart.
Oh, it's no good.
Can you tell us more about the thing on this ship that has covered everything in acid?
He's like, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it, and it's whatever it is, it's huge.